2 is called the divider-chooser method. Okay? You have 2 requirements. First thing, you need 2 players.
2 players?
No more than 2 players.
Like what we did today.
Right.
Whoa.
And you need continuous goods. What do I mean when I say continuous goods?
Something like a Pop-Tart like we just did.
Something like a Pop-Tart. Why? What can you do with a Pop-Tart?
Share it.
That you can eat it, share it, split it.
Keep cutting.
You can keep cutting. I can sit there and cut it into smaller and smaller pieces. Okay, so continuous goods just means something that you can break and share. Okay, good. So the divider-chooser method, which we did with our Pop-Tarts, is another way you cut, I choose. So your divider, divide your goods into 2 fair shares. So that means piece 1 equals 1/2 and piece 2 equals 1/2. It doesn't matter how big you make your pieces. Whoever cuts it, no matter what pieces you have, each equals 1/2 to the divider. Once you cut it, the chooser then gets to pick what they want, and you get what's left over. So, as the divider, you want to make sure that you cut it in half to what you think is fair, or else you don't get a fair share. You screw yourself. Okay? So, do you think, is it better to be the chooser or the divider?
Chooser.
It don't matter.
Yeah, definitely I guess there's an advantage to each one.
So,
There is an advantage to each one. I agree.
I like that.
Okay.
Chooser.
As the divider, you always get what's fair. Because you cut it. You made the pieces. You always get what you think is fair. But advantages as the chooser is you can pick a bigger piece if you want.
First pick.
Or
So-
you pick the smaller piece if you're not hungry.
Right. Okay. So you get your pick and the divider still gets what they want. Okay. So let's talk about Scotty and Jordan. They're ordering a cake to celebrate their birthdays. Half is angel food, the other half is red velvet. Scotty values angel food and red velvet exactly the same, while Jordan hates angel food, which means he does not value it all, and he loves red velvet. Scotty divides the cake with 60 degrees of angel food and 120 degrees of red velvet on 1/2 of the cake. So Scotty's come through and he's cut this cake. This is piece 1, this is piece 2. Okay. Jordan is your chooser. So we need to figure out which piece does Jordan want to choose. In order to do that, we need your value fractions. So Jordan hates angel food, which means we give angel food a what?
0.
0. If you hate something, you don't want it. Like Saphir said, he's allergic to strawberries. He doesn't want it. It would be a 0. Okay. Red velvet, he loves it. It only has to be higher than 0.
1.
So make it a 1. So am I technically going to have fractions this time?
No.
No. Okay. So that's okay. Leave it alone. Okay. Now, what's my physical fraction? I have a whole circle, and we're splitting between 2 flavors. So how many degrees is a whole circle?
360.
And if I'm splitting between 2 flavors, each flavor is 180 degrees. Okay. So now we want to get the value that Jordan thinks of each of these pieces. So let's do piece 1 according to Jordan. Okay, piece 1 has red velvet and angel food. So red velvet is a 1. How much red velvet is there? 120. Remember, this top part is red velvet. So your 120 belongs to your red velvet out of 180. Plus, he hates angel food. How much angel food is in this piece?
60 out of
60.
180.
Perfect. So find a value for Jordan for piece 1. I'm going to open this door to get some air in here. Make sure you change it from a decimal to a fraction.
Sure.
I said 2/3.
Yeah.
Okay, so piece 1 is 2/3. If piece 1 is 2/3, what is piece 2?
1/3.
1/3. Okay, so he values piece 1 at 2/3, piece 2 at 1/3. How did I get 1/3?
Just 1/3 for a whole.
Okay, it's got to be a whole. So you can do 1 minus 2/3 to get that 1/3. So which piece is Jordan going to choose?
Piece 1.
Piece 1. Fantastic. I said that last year too.
I was going to.
Okay, take a look at number 2. Micah and Miles. They're trying to split half chocolate chip and half sugar cookie cake. Micah likes chocolate chip 4 times as much as sugar, and Miles likes chocolate chip 3 times as much as sugar. The cookie cake is sliced into pieces. One piece is 72 degrees of chocolate chip and 162 degrees of sugar as pictured. So he comes through and he cuts this. This is piece 1. This is piece 2.
You can't cut no cake.
That's how he thinks these 2 pieces are fair. Because he likes sugar cookie.
Okay.
A little bit, but he wants some chocolate chip too because he likes chocolate chip more. Okay? So let's find value fractions according to Micah. What is my value fractions according to Micah?
4 and 1.
4 and 1, so they're out of
5.
5. Okay. What about Miles' value fractions? 3 and 1, which makes it out of
4.
4. Fantastic. Everybody good with where we got those?
Where'd you get the 4 from?
What, this bottom number here? 3 plus 1 gives me 4. So it's out of 4. Okay. Just like over here, 4 and 1 gave me 5, so those ones are out of 5. You always take your values. So let's say I said, I like chocolate chip 6 times as much. Okay, so 6 and 1 make these out of 7. Whatever your top values are, you add them together to get your bottom. Okay, I've got a whole round cookie cake, which means my physical fractions are out of what if I'm splitting it into 2 flavors? 180. Okay, let's find the value of these pieces according to both people. So let's start with Micah. Piece 1. What value fraction would you like to use first? 4/5. All right, so we're doing chocolate chip first. So we start with 4/5. How much chocolate chip is in piece 1? 72 degrees out of 180. Plus, now we've got your sugar. 1/5. How much is sugar? 162 out of 180. Find me a value for piece 1.
Gotcha.
There's like a 20-degree difference. Here.
just feel it, bro.
Yeah,
I feel the wind.
Yeah, you
feel
feel
it
it
every
now.
day, like.
Feels good.
Anybody get me a value yet?
Nah.
1/2. So if piece 1 is 1/2, what is piece 2 for Micah? 1/2. Okay?
He really did split it evenly.
Right.
Okay? Miles. Let's do it according to Miles. So the only thing that's going to change are your value fractions. Your physical fractions are not. So Miles' chocolate chip is 3/4. And I still have 72 out of 180. Plus, his sugar cookie is 1/4. And I still have 162 out of 180. Okay? 21/40. So if piece 1 is 21/40, piece 2 should be 19/40. Okay, so we have some questions that it wanted us to answer. It says, which player, Micah or Miles, divided the cake? Who's your divider? Micah, why?
Because he's got it even.
Because they cut it evenly. So this is your divider. And finally, which piece is my chooser going to take? Miles wants piece.
1.
Piece 1. It's bigger. 21/40 is bigger than 19/40. Questions? That's it for the front side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Last concept for today. And I'm done and you can work on your practice problems. Okay. This time, we're talking ice cream cake. Man, do I wish I still worked.
love ice cream cake.
I worked at Dairy Queen. I used to make them. I wish I still worked there because we need ice cream cake instead of cookie cakes. I'd totally bring in an ice cream cake. Okay, so if you like chocolate 3 times as much as strawberry, so what's my value fractions if you like chocolate 3 times as much as strawberry?
3/4 and 1/4.
3/4 and 1/4. Okay, we're talking a round cake that's half chocolate, half strawberry. So my physical fractions are out of
180.
180. Notice, my cake's not cut. Your job is to find out where we cut it. Okay, so your goal is to create 2 equal pieces. Okay, we want to create 2 equal pieces. Currently, right now, what I have is a piece that's worth 1/4. This strawberry half is worth 1/4. My chocolate half is worth 3/4. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to take from this bigger section and give it to the less section. So we're going to cut into the chocolate and give some of the chocolate to the strawberry. So how we do that is we use something called want over from where. Okay. We're going to set up a proportion. So again, you want to take from the bigger half. It's easier to do this as percentages. So what's 3/4 as a percentage?
75%.
75%. What is 1/4 as a percentage? 25%. Okay, so you want to take from the bigger side. So I'm taking from the 75%. So that's what goes on the bottom.
Chocolate. Oh, 75.
Okay, you're taking from the chocolate. I can write chocolate here too, so you know where I got that from. Okay, the 75% we're taking from the bigger side, which is chocolate. Okay, I want to make 75/50. So how much do I have to take from 75 to make it 50? 25. So I want 25% from the 75 to even it out. Does that make sense? Okay. Was that a?
I thought you was gonna do like strawberry over chocolate.
So you're trying to
Well, you
make
was
the
wrong.
strawberry equal to the
I
chocolate.
noticed.
I'm trying to reduce this side to make them even.
So when you trying to get them both to be.
So you're trying to get them both to be 50-50. Okay, so I have 75 up here. I need to take 25 of it away to make it 50. Does that make sense? Okay, we set this equal to. How much chocolate is there to give away?
50
Degrees.
Oh, 180.
180 degrees. I have 180 degrees of chocolate to give away. I need to know how much of that I need to take.
Cross multiply.
So we make it an X. And yes, this is a proportion. So we do what?
Cross multiply.
Cross multiply. So 75 times X
75x.
Over 4,500.
equals 4,500. How do I get X by itself then? Divide by 75. X equals 60 degrees. Okay, so what you just solved for tells me that I need to go up here to my chocolate piece. I need to cut off 60 degrees of it and give that to the strawberry. So this is piece 1, all of this, and this is now piece 2. And they're even according to their value.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is keep it 60 degrees, right? I don't have to put the cup, do I?
No, I'm just showing what that meant. Okay. Okay. Last example. Okay. So this time I've got a sub. They yelled at me for saying hoagie. Sorry, I'm from Pennsylvania. They're hoagies.
I was about to say, what's the
You
problem?
can say holy you want.
They yell at me when I say hoagie.
That's
Apparently it's a sub down here.
What's the
I also say pop.
Yeah, what's the
Should've
problem?
failed every
Soda.
single
Right.
Hoagies are good.
Hoagie and a sub are the same thing.
Literally.
What? Man, shut up.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hoagie. 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 Hoagie.
Like an Italian hoagie.
Right.
So you can go to Subway, say we're going to Hoagie Way.
I can't help it. We say yins instead of y'all.
Yins.
So like you just made it up.
Yeah.
Not really. Like we all do.
Where Yins at? What?
Go down yonder.
Okay, let's finish this and then we can talk about
Where
it.
Yins?
All right.
Where I'm from is built Dutch, like Pennsylvania Dutch. So we say like a while instead of meaning like a while. It's like in the meantime.
We say wash instead of wash.
Oh, we say water, like W-O-O-T.
Wash clothes.
Thank you.
Water.
Okay. So if I have a sub that is 6 inches of veggie and 6 inches of Italian,
You might have a stomach ache.
if you were a vegetarian, would you cut into the veggie part of the sub or the Italian part?
The best.
Why?
Because you don't eat meat.
You don't eat meat, so you're going to want to cut into the veggie part of it. That way, no matter which piece you get a chunk of the veggie. Because if I came through and I cut it here, and I'm a vegetarian, and Alexis takes this piece, am I going to eat that piece? No. Okay, so you're going to want to take from the veggie part. Let's find out how much we're going to take. So I have this entire piece of veggie. So I have a total of 100%. It's all of my veggie,
I thought it would be 50 since it's half of the entire same.
but we're cutting into the veggie. We're not worried about the Italian,
Okay.
okay? We're only looking at the veggie part of it,
Yeah.
okay? So if veggie's 100, I want it to equal 50, so how much do I want to take away? 50. Equals. This time we're not talking degrees. We're talking inches. Okay?
3 inches.
So I have 6 inches of veggie. It's an entire 12-inch sub. 6 of it's veggie, 6 of it's Italian. So I've got 6 inches of veggie I can choose from. I need to solve for that. Okay. Before you even cross multiply, you don't even need to cross multiply this one. 50 over 100 is what?
Half.
1/2. What's half of 6?
3.
You're not smart. Look, we small.
Boom.
3 inches.
Okay. So, as a vegetarian, I want to cut the veggie part in half. So my fair share would be 3 inches of veggie for piece 1, and 3 inches of veggie plus 6 inches of Italian for piece 2. That way, no matter what side Detroit may pick, I get 3 inches of veggie.
That seems kind of unfair. I guess I get it. I mean, I do get it. I do get it.
I mean, it's fair to me.
What a
But
Because
then that means
if
one
I
person
get
is
that-
going to get 9 inches of sandwich and another person is going to get.
Yeah, but as a vegetarian, I'm only going to eat the 3 inches of veggie, and I'm going to throw out the Italian because I won't eat it. Okay.
So that would be for.
Did we just find?
Okay. So for part B, if you're a carnivore, what are you cutting into?
Italian.
The Italian. So we're in the same situation. I've got all of the Italian available. I want to split it in half.
Wouldn't it be the same outcome?
Absolutely. It is the same outcome. X equals 3 inches.
So if you was to give us a question like this on the test, you want us to put it like that, or you want us to say you would cut into the veggie part because it's like this?
I would just, it doesn't actually tell you to give me the inches, so no, I would just need you would cut into the veggie part because. Okay, last one. Suppose you like Italian twice as much as veggie. So let's do value fractions. Italian versus veggie. What's my value fraction?
1/3, 2/3.
Okay. So Italian is 2/3, veggie is 1/3. Okay. Again, let's do these as percents. What's 2/3 as a percent?
66. 66.
We're gonna do 66.7.
Okay.
So again, to make it even, you always want to take from the bigger side. So I'm going to take from 66.7. I want to make that 50. How much do I have to take to make that 50?
16, please.
16.7.
16.7.
Yeah, where did that come from?
where the
Oh, it is.
I want this, hold on. I want this to equal 50. If I subtract 16.7,
Oh, okay.
I get 50.
Okay.
Okay? That's where that's coming from.
Right, because it's percent. I get that.
Hold on. No. I'm gonna stop here until you grasp this. Okay. If I have 73% and I want to get this to 50, I would take away 23. And that gives me 50. And I gotta get away.
Yeah.
Do you understand where that's coming from?
Right, just continue. Yeah, I got it.
It's fine. Okay. We're cutting into only half of the sub, so I have 6 inches to cut into. I want to know how many inches I need. This one you're actually going to have to cross multiply. It's not easy 1/2, 1/2. Okay? So we actually have to cross multiply this one. When we do, I get 66.7 times x equals what?
100.2.
100.2. Divide this by 66.7.
1.5.
X equals 1.5.
Where would you even?
That means you would come up here. Okay, we're cutting into the Italian part because it's more. You're going to cut it. So this piece is 6 inches of veggie plus 1.5 inches of Italian. And then your second piece is 4.5 inches of Italian. You're giving 1.5 inches to the other side.
Not equal.
It's not in length, but it is in value.
Oh, right.
It's personal.
Right? Yeah. It's not in length. No, somebody's going to get 7.5 inches of a sub, and somebody's going to get 4.5. So equally, no, physically, no. But the way they like it, yes. Questions?